Man, I sure do hope this is the right place, dog. Man, I gotta tell you, dude, Belichick don't give me, man. I ain't sure I am gonna. I'm probably gonna retire, yo, man. Fuck. Whoa. By itself? What the fuck is this? Um, man, yeah, dude. Thank you for letting me come for the interview. And man, why is it so dark in here? Like, it's really creepy, man.
You fool, you are not strong enough in the inflated side of the ball in order to win 6 rings.
Wait, Coach Belichick, are you saying that it's actually possible to possess this power of 6 rings?
Sign the contract, Cap. Only then will you be strong enough in the deflated side in order to win 6 rings.
Yes, yes, my lord. I will sign your contract. Save my career. Ah, there you are, my lord. Good. My lord, I beseech you, do you think I have the power to actually win 6 rings? My boy, there are many abilities in the deflated side that many people see unnatural. Good evening, Porch Talk Sports. Guys, welcome to the show tonight. A special thank you to Christian Hickey and Andrew Balls, as always, for making Porch Talk Sports happen, y'all. Y'all invented this page, guys. Shout out to you guys. We're going to bring more people in. And, guys, also, yes, I am very much getting help for my mental problems, so you don't have to worry about me anymore, especially with that first video. My doctor says that once the pills start kicking in, I'll be able to get back to normal again. So, um, I'm sorry. So anyway, Team Spotlight of the day. Let's go. All right, guys. Thank y'all today for tuning into y'all. This is going to be TSD. No, that is not what I took before I made that video. TSD is Team Spotlight Daily, and what it is, it's an overview of every team that is important to the group anyway, and I will do a review on each one that y'all pledge. If y'all want me to do a team, comment in the comments below. Let me know. Let us get this thing really off and popping, and I will give my opinion out, my true, natural, undisputed critique of every team that y'all like. So, let's get started, y'all. Today on deck, we have the New England Patriots. Alright, guys, like I said, today we are starting off the New England Patriots, and we're starting off with their team subtractions, the players they lost this offseason. And this is a no-shit Sherlock. The top players they lost are, of course, Tom Brady. And I would say this, that's not the only important piece they really lost this offseason. They lost also Jamie Collins, Jenny Shelton, Calvin Noy, and these are key pieces on defense, man. I looked at their offseason additions, which I'll get to in a second, and they really didn't do too much to replace these guys. Well, like I said, we can get on to the other additions, but honestly, their subtractions may hurt them more than their additions, man. This is going to be a very young team this year. A lot of people have not worked with each other, man. It's going to be something to see how losing these guys are gonna really how losing guys like Tom Brady, like their ultimate undefined leader, and see how this team is gonna respond. And kind of, if anybody can do it, it's Bill Belichick. But I mean, losing to Tom Brady, man, losing to Tom Brady to Tampa Bay, man, it's questionable, man. But like I said, their additions may be able to make up for it. Let's see. All right, guys. Next, we're going to the Patriots additions. Man, I gotta say, bro, they are very Houston Texan like and not doing much this offseason. Oh God, that would hurt for me to say. But like I said, the key offseason additions are Cam Newton, of course. There's yo, honestly, outside of that's pretty much it, man. Man, like they re-signed Matthew Slater and like little guys like that. I mean, little like guys that you don't think too much of, but knowing Belichick, he'll find some way to get one of these lower guys to step up and play in places like a Jamie Collins or a Danny Shelton. They also re-signed Devin McCourty to a 2-year extension, things like that. I mean, Matthew Slater's is a special things guy, but the key offseason addition by far is Cam Newton, and it gives them some stability at the quarterback position, but how much, dude? Because my critique of Cam Newton is this, guys. He has the big arm, the running ability, but he has very questionable accuracy, man. Can Belichick get him back into like MVP form? That is a definite possibility. I mean, dude, y'all have to realize how much little talent is and how much coaching is involved in winning in the NFL. Belichick, if he can turn that project of Cam Newton around after all the injuries, out of all the horrible, horrible, horrible clothes that he comes up and dresses every Sunday in, if he can turn that around and make him into a winner, like, my goodness, dude, this team's ceiling is pretty high if Cam Newton was able to play to the level he can. One of the things that I will get into is why I'm not sure if that's possible. And this goes into the weaknesses and strengths. Let's go next. All right, guys. Biggest team weakness for the New England Patriots, wide receivers, man. These guys, I really honestly don't know why they didn't do more to address this position. You're depending on Mohamed Sanu, Julian Edelman, N'Keal Harry, Jacoby Myers, and you Matthew Slater. I mean, I'm sorry. If I'm Cam Newton, I'm begging for them to give me another wide receiver. And just right now, the receiver market's kind of dead right now. They're out on an Antonio Brown sweepstakes, of course. I mean, I would think so now at this point. I don't think Belichick's going to take another chance. They released Josh Gordon last year, which made no sense to me. I would have kept him on the roster at least. I mean, it depends how long he's going to be suspended. I mean, but y'all, this receiving core is probably the worst receiving core in the NFL, and it's not by a long margin. Brady was able to do something, a little something with it, and I tell you something. If Tom Brady struggled with that receiving core, what the hell do you think Cam Newton's going to do with that? I'm going to tell you right now, this is the worst receiving core that he's ever had in his career, and I'm not really looking forward to seeing what he's going to be able to do with this Patriots team. So, weakest point for the Patriots, it's got to be the wide receivers, dude. These guys are there's no true Pro Bowler in there, dude. Julian Edelman's overrated, and these guys aren't that good. All right, current team strengths. All right, so there is 2 spots, and I mean, one is the most important, and the most important spot that their team strength is at is, of course, coaching. Belichick, I don't know what he does. The Patriots get rid of all these guys every year. They look like they're not going to be able to do shit. They find some way to get stability at the quarterback position. I don't know what it is. It's something that he puts in the water, guys. But Belichick always gets his guys in line, and it's something to honestly behold. It's honestly something to appreciate, man. I'm going to tell you this right now. I mean, I could never in a million years see another coach in the league take this team and actually be able to do something with it. But if there's any coach that can, it's Bill Belichick. Other strength of this team is actually the running back position. They have some very talented running backs. Sonny Michel, James White. First off, those are also great fantasy picks. Sonny Michel, James White, but I'm gonna get into that in a second. Um, those are great fantasy picks, but in terms of strengths of the team, man, there's really not much more. I mean, granted, like I said, I'm looking at this from a paper perspective. Um, I could be wrong. Their offensive line is decent. Wide receivers are terrible. Their defensive line lost a lot of people. Linebacker core lost a lot of people. Um, they did get some help in the draft, but like I said, I'm going to talk about that in a second. It just, I mean, in terms of team strengths, they don't got a lot of them. Outside of running back and coaching, they don't have a lot of team strengths. Oh, now you say, oh, well, they got Cam Newton. I'm sorry, guys. Cam Newton's decent, but I just don't think he's that great. I don't think he's all that great anymore, y'all. I'm sorry. Belichick might be able to get it out of him, but we'll see. Next part of the team, guys, is the fantasy perspective. All right, guys. These are the guys I think are going to have the highest fantasy value of the team. Personally, there's only a few of them on this team, guys, that are going to put any type of big numbers. The only person I really would put those fantasy numbers on are Sonny Michel. He should be a top flight pick. He's going to be their starter, so I would definitely pick him in maybe. I would definitely not say probably in the top 5 rounds. I'll pick him probably after round 5 or 6. There's James White. James White is always serviceable. He's a good later round guy that you can pick as a flex. He's going to be solid. I mean, he's not going to be as consistent as Sonny Michel is, but he should be able to get you some touchdowns on like a bye week or something like that. Julian Edelman. Julian Edelman should have a decent season. He's going to be Cam Newton's number 1 target. Will he get over 1,000 yards? Yeah, I think he makes it just a little bit past that. I don't think there's going to be a lot of touchdowns scored by him. I see this offense being kind of more lead wide receiver by committee, and it's going to be kind of a mess in here. They also have, of course, Cam Newton. Cam Newton should have a decent year. Would I pick him in any of the top rounds of my draft? Definitely not a first round pick, dude. I wouldn't even pick him in the top like 8 rounds, honestly. In my personal opinion, I don't think he's gonna have that great of a year in New England. I think he's a good serviceable backup this year. But in terms of being the starter week to week for you, I would not put my money on it, dude. I honestly wouldn't. Let's see. But I don't know about that. My fantasy breakout guy for this team possibly N'Keal Harry, because N'Keal Harry has some possible star potential in him. Let's see if it comes out in season 3. I'm not sure if it is. If he is gonna be that great. I mean, my bad. This is season 2 for him. My bad. Season 2 for N'Keal Harry. I'm not sure if he's gonna be that good. Like I said, the Patriots haven't done a very good. Don't do a very good job of drafting a lot of wide receivers. They usually do better in the later rounds, but N'Keal Harry is a possible breakthrough guy. I would keep him on my radar, but like I said, I wouldn't draft him too early. I think that would be a risk as well. Don't get me wrong, there's a chance that he could break out this year, but I think he has a decent year, maybe like 600 yards, probably like 4 touchdowns. I would say that. He'd be a good possible flex option on like a bye week for like when your main guy's being out. But outside of that, I would not do it. That's my perspective of the Patriots, guys. And on to the next one, y'all. All right, guys. The next part of this team I'm going to analyze is the Patriots draft class. The Patriots don't have a first round draft pick. Didn't have a first round draft pick this year. They had about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They had 8 draft picks this year after the first round. In the second round, with the first pick, they picked Kyle Duggar, safety out of Lenore Ryan. And honestly, I actually checked out some of this kid's highlights. He's 6'2", about 220. He's a really versatile safety. He can play down the box. He's a great tackler. I mean, he seems like a very instinctive guy. That guy could honestly, Kyle Duggar could actually be one of the best low key picks of this draft. Of course, if you're going to a Belichick system as a defensive player, I expect you to get caught at speed really quickly. They win a lot of defense in this draft, and they only really drafted offensively on their offensive line and then the tight end position, of course, because they got rid of Rob Gronkowski, although he wasn't playing for them last year and all that. They they drafted a couple of tight ends. One named Dalton Keene and the other one Devin Asai out of UCLA. Actually, Asai is one I was actually looking at. He could be a solid tight end for them. We don't, like I said, we don't know with Belichick how this is going to work, but if Belichick looks at him, he's definitely a guy that I'll look into. The other guys that they drafted were linebacker Josh Uche out of Michigan. He has some good pass rush ability on the outside. He's quick. He's actually a guy that I actually hope the Texans would draft, but unfortunately, we actually, to me, honestly, got somebody better, and I'll talk about him when it's time for Texans overview. We also have Anthony Jennings out of Alabama. Now, Anthony Jennings is also somebody I was looking at for my Houston Texans. This guy has is honestly a very solid outside linebacker overall. So he might be able to replace Jamie Collins. He's a third round draft pick. He has great size, and he played for Alabama, so he has some Nick Saban lineage behind him. So this is a guy that could develop into a very talented young player for them. And honestly, I'm actually kind of excited to see what he can do. Anthony Jennings, their top three picks, could be three very solid picks for them for a long time. That they build a lot on their defense for the future. So we'll see how that goes for them. Like I said, they're coming into a great system, going to the defensive mind of Belichick. And honestly, I think all those top three picks can be great players for Belichick someday. He gets the best out of everybody, even though there's from slapdick university. So just remember that, guys. They may not be big names now, but they will be names in the future. So know that. All right, guys, we're getting to the most important part, and I know this is the part that y'all probably care about the most. What is the Patriots' season record going to be? Now, guys, I'm just gonna keep the schedule. It's either on this side or this side. I don't know how the fucking thing's gonna work, but it's gonna give me one side or the other. So I'm gonna keep the schedule up on one side or the other. Like I said, I'm just gonna go through each week one by one, explain each one one on one. I have my sheet right here. Let's see. So the Patriots start the 2020 season versus the Miami Dolphins at home. I got them the W, of course, on this one. You're talking about your rookie Tua Tagovailoa going to New England. We have a young coaching staff. It's not going to be a good make-out for Miami that first game. I personally see Belichick coming around, bringing his team together in time for that game. So I'm going to start off with the W. Week 2, Seattle, Sunday Night Football. This is going to be the first L of the season. This is Sunday Night Football. Granted, there ain't going to be no crowds in the stadium, and that's going to be the craziest thing to watch this year. No crowds in the stadium, but I heard there's some stadiums talking about 25% capacity. I don't even know how this is going to work, so we'll see. But Seattle, Sunday night, I have them with a loss, man. Pete Carroll, that running game, that defense, we only got better this offseason. Russ Wilson, I think, is going to tear it up. I don't think Cam Newton make enough plays to beat Seattle on the road. Next week, week 3, we have the Las Vegas Raiders at a noon game. I got them with a W in this one. Like I said, Belichick, I think, is going to be ready for this game. They're still figuring some things out at the quarterback position over there in Las Vegas. So I'm not too sure how well they'll actually do against teams. We'll see at this point if it's Marcus Mariota or still Derek Carr still. Like I said, that's still a rebuilding franchise. They've drafted a whole bunch of wide receivers that had to get acclimated to the system over there in Las Vegas. So I think Belichick takes care of that on defense and also takes advantage of Derek Carr or Marcus Mariota on defense as well. That's why I give them the win week 3 versus the Las Vegas Raiders. Week 4, they are at Kansas City. This is an afternoon game. I got them with the L on this one. My boy Mahomie, he's really good. I also don't see them making enough stops to make that to really really get after KC in an offense. Andy Reid's great at scheming around that. I also see that. I think Kansas City's defense actually steps up a bit this year. They're going to be a little better than last year by some of the additions they made in the draft and all that. If y'all want me to do a spotlight on KC, let me know. But I have the Patriots losing that game to KC in the afternoon game. Next week versus Denver. So versus Denver, I have them with the win. Denver is a very young team. They are still getting it together out there. Although that is going to be a very close game. I see them. I see them personally getting the W in that one though. Still, it's going to be a hard fight out victory, but I see them. I saw them edging this one out. That's personally my opinion for that one. Like I said, Denver's still a young and up-and-coming team. I'm not too high on Vic Fangio. I remember when he was back when he was the defensive coordinator for the Texans. He was very good here actually as a defensive coordinator, and it has a good history of being the defensive coordinator in the league. But Vic Fangio, let's see how he does. Training and developing a Drew Lock, and that's also the other thing when defensive coordinators see a quarterback in their second season, they usually take advantage of that. And the second year guys usually have that struggle season where they struggle, especially early on out in this. And this is the early game of the season, so I see the Patriots winning that one versus Denver. Next week is another L for them. So I actually have them going 3-3 to start the season for the Patriots. They're facing the San Francisco 49ers week 6 in an afternoon game. This is actually going to be a home game, but how well the 49ers are coached, and I think they're still pissed off with the Super Bowl loss. I see the 49ers, especially early on in the season, being really focused, and plus that pass rush over there, it's too ridiculous. They did get rid of DeForest Buckner in the offseason, but they replaced them with Jonathan Kinlaw. And I got to tell you right now, guys, if y'all know about Jonathan Kinlaw, y'all will know about him in that game. He's going to be a very good young, ferocious pass rusher. They might actually upgrade that position, which is actually scary, losing DeForest Buckner and actually upgrading to get a Jonathan Kinlaw. And we will see how that works. But I have them with an L. And, man, honestly, dude, I think this game might be kind of an ass whooping, too. So watch out my words for this one. Next week, all right, guys. So next week they face the Buffalo Bills in a noon game. This one I debated. They're going to be at Buffalo, but I'm going to give the Patriots an L in this one. They're going to start the season out 4-3, guys. Note that they're starting out the season 4-3. Honestly, for the most part of the season, I put them back and forth. These last 2 weeks, I gave them 2 L's. This week, I give them another L. It's at Buffalo. I'm going to tell you right now, Josh Allen is... I'm not sold on Josh Allen, but I think him adding Stephon Diggs to get the ball down the field, developing as a quarterback himself, Devin Singletary in the backfield. I forgot who else they got in the backfield. They added somebody else in the backfield, dude. I can't remember at the top of my head, but they had somebody over there. That defense is still monstrous over there in Buffalo, dude. Ed Oliver is a beast. They only added this off season. Tre'Davious White is a monster out there at corner spot. So I have them actually losing to Buffalo at Buffalo, and that's it for that one, man. That's my personal opinion on that one, y'all. All right, so we go on to the next week. The New York Jets on Monday Night Football. They are actually going to get a W on Monday Night Football. The Jets, they're a mess. They got some decent people in the draft, but it's a very young team. I'm not sold on Sam Darnold. I'm not sold on USC quarterbacks at all. USC quarterbacks to me are some of the most overrated of all time, and that's my opinion there. All right. So next week they have the Baltimore Ravens in the Sunday night game. The Baltimore Ravens in the Sunday night game, dude, I have them losing, man. That's gonna be tough, man. Let's also see if by that time of the season the crowds are coming back, and that could be a factor too. I have them losing to Sunday night to the Baltimore Ravens guys, and I don't think that one's gonna be pretty. I think that was gonna be a blowout for them, and that'll be a terrible loss. The next week they're facing my motherfucking Houston Texans, y'all. And I got the Patriots down for a big L. Yes, sir. They are going to lose to Houston. They're coming to Houston, by the way, in a new game. I got them with a big L on that one. I see Deshaun Watson actually having a really good season this year. I'm not going to reveal how good. I will wait for the video for that one to tell you how good I think he will be this year. I give them the L on that one because this is going to be a much improved Texans team, despite what people think, especially on defense. I actually think we'll actually be even better on offense. As crazy as it sounds, guys. I'll explain that in my next video too about the Houston Texans. I'm not sure when I'm going to do that one, but like I said, I'm pulling names out of the hat every day, and whatever name I pull out, that's the team I do for the day. Okay. Next week they face the Arizona Cardinals. That's going to be a noon game. I got them with the dub. That's also going to be a close matchup, but I know this is toward the end of the season, and this is when the Patriots really start to lock in and they really start to get their shit together. They've been kind of bumpy all season at this point, as I've seen in my review, but this is where they really started getting it together, guys. And I see this is like the starting point of when they start to turn things around under the Cam Newton era. And next coming up, we have a 3-game road trip, guys. They are going out to the West Coast. They are facing the LA Chargers first in an afternoon game. I have them, of course, with the dub on this one. The Chargers are very messed up right now. They're not super messed up, but they're team building for the future right now. They drafted Justin Herbert. Tyrod Taylor may still be the quarterback at this point. I don't know. They may want to give Justin Herbert a full year to sit to like really learn like they did with Mahomes in Kansas City. I think that would be best for him, and I see Belichick taking care of that, of course. The next week, well, technically the Thursday night game of that week, it's only a 4-day layaway between the Chargers and the Rams. They face the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams, the Patriots are gonna win this one. It's gonna be a Sunday game, Thursday night game. Excuse me. The Rams, they are in very big trouble, guys. The Rams are not going to be that good. They lost Todd Gurley. They do have Darrell Henderson, running back that I do covet. That I think is going to be a breakout star for them. But I see Belichick doing the same game plan he did back in that Super Bowl. He's going to stop the running game, and he's going to make Jared Goff throw. And by the way, guys, if y'all didn't know this, Jared Goff is trash. He's trash. Hot garbage. Yeah, I said it. Sam Goff. Oh man, my bad. Jared Goff. He's trash. So, yeah, guys, I have them with the big victory in that one versus the Rams. That's just my take on it. The Rams just ain't that good this year. That'll be a blowout for the Patriots. Next week, at Miami. At Miami is going to be a noon game. And once again, I got them winning this one on the road. So that means they had a 3-game road winning streak. That is something I see Belichick pulling out to come back late in the season. This is going to be I see this as, like I said, they're going to really start rolling now. They're going to once again take advantage of a young team in Miami, and of course again. And finally, for the last game of the season, I have them facing the New York Jets, and they are going to have a dub for that game. Yes, guys, yes, that's a 5-game winning streak to end the season, but you have the Arizona Cardinals, the Chargers, the Rams, the Miami Dolphins, and the Jets to finish out that year. So yes, I have a 5-game winning streak with only 2 home games, a 3 straight game road trip out to the West Coast. Guys, I just totally see the Patriots being locked in at the end of the season, and y'all, that means that's the final record will be 9-7, y'all. They will make the playoffs. I have them making the playoffs. You also have to remember this year, granted they lost so many pieces and all this too as well, guys. The NFL did expand the playoffs to a 17 playoff system this year. So you got to remember that, guys. The expanded playoffs, even though that they lost those people, that Belichick will be able to make up for it, especially with those last few games that they have. I see them come with a comeback, especially in that last part of the year, guys. I don't see any way that they really miss out. And honestly, give or take a two in a game. I mean, who knows, especially with the division or with some of the early games against Seattle or Denver or a 49ers team. Who, depending on who's injured, let's see what splits around to a win to a but I have the Patriots going 9-7 this year, just making the playoffs as a wild card. And to me, this is not a Super Bowl team. There's just too many good teams in the AFC this year, guys. You're gonna have the Baltimore Ravens. You're also gonna have the Kansas City Chiefs. You're gonna have to me the Houston Texans. The Steelers are coming back. Jesus. I mean, the Houston Texans, like I said, to me, is just when I mean, Titans are going to be good this year too. They're going to the playoffs too, man. Man, it's hard for me to see, dude. It's really just hard for me to see the. I mean, they also have the Bills in the division, man. That's the hard thing for me to see that the Patriots really overcoming, and like I said, I just don't see it happening. Like I said, the Belichick's a really good coach, but I just think this particular season he's going to need more help, especially offensively on the offensive side. That offense is going to be the main part that slows their season down, y'all. So yeah, y'all. Like I said, it's going to be a rough season for them this year. So those are my final thoughts on that. And guys, know I'm not talking about the horrible girls I smashed in my past. Not those thoughts, but my actual final thoughts. Like I said, they will go 9-7. They will make the playoffs. But in terms of being a Super Bowl contender, it's not going to happen this year, guys. I'm sorry, Patriot fans, but y'all are going to have to stay at home and probably have an early exit in the playoffs this year. So I'm not sure about who, but honestly, if any of those teams that face them in the playoffs, especially early on, they ain't going to make it far, guys. So that's my final take on that. Here we go. Let's wrap it up, y'all. All right, guys. Thank you once again for tuning in for my team spotlight, y'all, guys. I'm gonna be doing these all week. If you want me to do your team, please comment below. Also, subscribe to the YouTube channel, guys. Porch Talk Sports, guys. Be a part of something big, guys. I know y'all are starting to like the videos, y'all. I hope y'all keep liking the videos. Like I said, if you want to see a team done, please comment in below. Tell me in the group, guys. And y'all, thank you for tuning in to the night, guys. I hope you really enjoyed this video, y'all. And I thank y'all so much for coming out and seeing me tonight, y'all. Thank y'all so much. I'll holla. Bye-bye.